Hello and welcome to episode 23 of Unqualified Game Chat. I am your host, Azario Lopez, and with me today, my co-host, Spencer, the Legacy.
Hello, everybody. It's the co-host here. How's it going?
For new listeners or viewers, his name is Spencer Legacy, but here he's called the Legacy.
The Legacy, because, it precedes me.
Yeah. whenever he walks in a room, shh, quiet.
Ooh, it's him.
Little spotlight. I've been watching a lot of old stand-up comedy.
Nice.
Just like Don Rickles and just classic comedy. And I feel like I missed out on a lot growing up. Like there was all this stuff going on through the 90s and all I cared about was like Ninja Turtles. And I remember the only reason I knew who Bill Clinton was in the 90s was because he showed up on Fox Kids.
On Animaniacs?
He was, yeah. Oh, yeah, he was the sax. He was this.
Bill Clinton plays the sax.
Yeah.
That's why I knew him.
No, So I mean, that was probably way over my head too. I watched the Animaniacs a lot, but the only thing I can remember from Animaniacs I watched the episodes a lot. I remember Hello Nurse, but the main thing that always stuck to me, like through high school and through college, that whenever someone mentioned the Animaniacs, I always thought of that little gross kid that walked out of his house and said something disgusting and then walked back. And one time he said that he ate cornflakes, and then his sister asked for her scab collection, and he looked at his bowl, and that like disturbed me to the point where that's all I think about when someone mentions Animaniacs.
When someone mentions Animaniacs, you just think of scabs
and cornflakes and eating them.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah. So now I push that onto you, and now every time someone mentions Animaniacs, you'll think of that. Do you know the kid I'm talking about?
I do.
Okay. Yeah. It was like a skit.
One of the segments. They had a ton of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, for I feel like I missed out so much over the 90s, just like a lot of nuances and stuff, just because.
To be fair, when you were like 5, you wouldn't understand Don Rickles comedy.
I wish I did. I wish I could revisit that. And I think that's why, like, I mean, I'm talking as a fucking nerd. I think that's probably why isekai like stuff does so well, because somewhere in all of us, we wish we could just take our knowledge now and put it into a different world. Necessarily, I don't like the idea of I was a loser, but now I'm the god. I don't like that.
Yeah, so much. It's just simple. I want to go back to pre 9/11 world and buy Pokemon cards.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
Like my life is fine, but I would like to start over.
yeah, it's fine, but
make that an isekai. My life is fine, but let's just start over for the hell of it.
That would be the title too.
It's long. It's long enough.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Well, Spencer, as you know, this podcast is recorded every week, posted to podcast services on Thursdays. You got your YouTubes, your iTunes, your Spotify's, your iHeartRadios. Be sure to subscribe to any of us on there. Leave a comment or something. It really helps us. And you can subscribe to us on YouTube too if you want. I don't really.
Yeah, go for it. Why not? We're hitting numbers.
We're hitting numbers here.
Up.
We like to talk in the comments and stuff, and we'll never forget. We'll never forget you.
Never, ever. Speaking of which, I just want to give a quick shout out to Justin Anime, because he advised me in the comments to try Our World Has Ended when we asked about visual novels, and I'll check that out. Thank you, Justin Anime.
I don't know if Our World. I feel like I've played that one. Our World Has Ended.
Our World Is Ended or Has Ended? Is Ended.
Oh, yeah. Our World Is Ended. Yeah. Okay, so this is a P-Cubed published game, but it is essentially it's Steins Gate for like otakus. But like, so they take the otaku like ideology and they kind of times 10 it with over the top like sexualization and blending video games with reality. So it's like this virtual world that you enter.
Yeah.
But it's very much like a Steins Gate. A group of otakus go on an adventure using technology.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I'll have to check it out.
I think the art is like the coolest thing about it.
Yeah, that's what he said too. Is that even if I don't like the game, I'll like the art.
Yeah. So it's a good one. I agree.
Perfect. What a good audience we have. Can I just say, such a great audience. God, how do they do it?
I would like to ask you, what are you playing?
Well, I was playing for preview a little game that you talked about before that I think I med. I think I gave it a meh, if I recall. Akiba's Trip, Hellbound and Debriefed. I believe that's the title. The game where you strip vampires. And it's weird.
Dude, the thing about it is okay, so it originally released in 2011 on PSP. Now, if it was 2011 and you picked this up on PSP, would you have a good time?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so too.
Yeah, that's why it's such a strange title to re-release, like in that way.
With no real graphical enhancements. Like
it still looks like a PSP game.
It is the PSP game. There's some like shadows and stuff. It's like kind of sharper. I don't know. It's
very simple in terms of how you play it. But the thing that I liked the most about it was I was impressed by the world. Like fortune tellers and like people who want to borrow money will run up to you and like bother you, and then police will run up to them and like arrest them. And then you like, if you bump into someone on the streets, they might be like, hey, and then they'll attack you, or there'll be a bunch of people talking about nothing. Like for a PSP game, it's surprisingly alive. Like it's a fairly lively world, and I'm very impressed by that. It's really cool.
I think what grabs my attention about it is the abundance of items that you can just there's like so many stores, and everything is a weapon or everything can be equipped to your character, and just spending a little bit of time making your character individual, you know?
Like mine's a complete like goofball where for like the first thing I did was go to the arcade to do a UFO catcher mini game because you gotta. Yeah. And I got like a really strong weapon at the beginning that was like a plushie of a bird, and like for a while I didn't need to change my weapon because I just had this strong bird.
I did the same thing, and I got like this really strong board. Yeah, like it was like a board with just some writing on it, and then it was just like super strong. So like for the first like 2 chapters, I was pretty good.
It's crazy. It's so interesting that you can like use anything as a weapon. You can use like a poster or a pillow or an issue of a magazine, and you use it to like swat people's clothes off.
Yes.
It's such a like the concept is so weird, but like customizing your character and like getting chains of like ripping off vampire clothes is kind of satisfying. It's such a peculiar thing, but like I will say it's very good at keeping me on my toes. The first 2 chapters are what I've played so far, and the whole time I never expected anything that it threw at me. They were like, you're half vampire now. Okay. You work for a government organization. Okay. You have to strip these other vampires, but you can't get stripped. All right. Here's someone who's going to teach you how to strip. It's a mysterious stripper who's above the government. Okay.
She's probably fucking your manager.
Your manager. All right. So many like random, like here's your random friends who are all complete otaku, but they have good hearts. This guy's just going to talk to you about H games. And
there's a maid, and you can go to the maid. You can go to a maid cafe if you want to and play a counting game.
It's so silly, but it has a lot of charm. I can see why people are very into the franchise because it's very unique and it's its own thing entirely.
I think the dialogue is there. It is aged well in many ways. With just them talking. I always like the idea that we're not really alone in our feelings about like fandom and stuff like that, because sometimes in your town think things can get lonely. You know, your friends may not necessarily understand your interest in anime. But here it's like all these people, the jokes that they say, the realizations, they're all there are things that you kind of can connect with.
Exactly.
And so I really appreciate like that kind of writing.
I would have loved to have this weird group of friends when I was a teenager, because no one I knew liked any of the stuff I liked. So having these weirdos to talk about Japanese games and stuff would be delightful. So it's fun to see that kind of group dynamic in a game.
I agree. So are you going to, can you say that you're going to review it?
I don't know what the embargo says, if I can say that.
I mean, you previewed it.
Yeah, I previewed it, so it's probably pretty clear that I'm going to review it.
Yes. I previewed it as well. I really like the dialogue. The PSP graphics are, the cameras are really bad.
Yeah, the camera's really bad.
Oh my God, the cameras.
Get stuck behind shit.
You get stuck behind shit.
Yourself.
Sometimes you won't put your weapon away. And did that happen to you? I tried everything. I fucking tried everything to put my goddamn weapon away, and it wouldn't. Yep. But then sometimes if I hold L1, I think it works.
Occasionally L1 lets you put it away or take it out, but not always.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Very weird. I really like the parts where everyone in the like if you get a bunch of people fighting each other, the game
it just becomes like a mob.
A fucking brawl. But you're just trying. I think the auto target just sucks.
The auto target does suck. Which makes like those mob fights kind of a pain, which is a shame, because it's really funny how chaotic they are. Like I was doing one of the tests for the lady, and I was like, okay, I fight one person at a time, but then like 3 people bumped into someone, so then there was like 4 people attacking me, and I was like, oh my God, why are all these people on a rooftop? So it can be kind of like a pain. But at the same time, it's a lot of fun because of how chaotic it is. So yeah.
There's like these good. It's like bad, but good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's charmingly flawed.
There's plenty of other games like that, like My Katamari and stuff like that, where it's like over the top, and that's what I kind of relate the graphics to, is to like a Katamari game, just kind of Polygon-esque. I mean, Katamari has a better game loop, I would say, right now. Not better writing, but definitely more fun and aged a little better in some senses. But I just want to see where the story is going from here on out, and how the combat evolves, because you start off with just a high, a mid, and a low attack, and then that's all you get for a while. And I just need to unlock
manuals
more.
Are so expensive.
Yeah, and you know what I don't like? Like the biggest quality of life thing that I can't get past is to equip stuff to your character. You can't do it in the stage. You have to go to the world map. You know how fucking long I spent like pressing start. Where's the equip? I'm going to my character, go to my thing. Dude, literally fucking like 10 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes. I was just fucking, how do I equip these items that I just bought?
Especially at the beginning when I got a bunch of stuff and my guy was still completely normal looking, and I was like, I want to equip stuff. Like I'm ready to get brawling, but I can't. It's crazy. Like the fact that is unchanged is wild to me.
There's definitely some quality of life stuff that I'm like whatever about.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, Akiba's Trip fans will know what they're getting into, but Undead and Undressed is definitely the better version. Akiba's Beat is not very good, but
yeah, I recently learned that that's part of that they're like a series. So that's it's interesting. I might have to check them out at some point.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What else have you been playing?
Oh, few things. By the time this comes out, it should be out on the review embargo should be up. But I've been playing Sniper Elite VR. I'm riding this normie wave. Like I played Watch Dogs Legion Bloodline, and I was
Yeah.
like Aiden Pierce, fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, it's that effect of like when you play as Aiden Pierce in the original game, you're like, this guy has no personality, but then he comes back and you're like, I know who this is.
Yeah, this is my dude.
Yeah, it's like he's now good.
So I played some normie games this week. But I will say that I beat the Watch Dogs. I think that these games are so cleansing to my brain sometimes. Like everything is handed to you in a Ubisoft style game where here's your marker, you go here. Oh, you need this and this. Oh, you died. Don't worry, your checkpoint is only right here. You could start over again. Nothing really hinders your progression in these games. You're constantly moving forward, whatever you're doing. Where like in an action game, you can lose something or skill is required to really get the most out of a game. So games like Watch Dogs are like a palate cleanser. I will say that there is a fucking PT style part of Watch Dogs Legion Bloodline where
Really?
yeah, and it made me want like a single player Ubisoft style game where it's just an adventure game like Control, like but Ubisoft made Control. I would like to see what those developers can do when they're not fucking forced to make an open world live service game. You know, like what can you put together? What narrative can you tell if you just have this adventure, you know? What's the last game that they've done that? I can't even.
It's all Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I can't even. I can't even begin to tell you.
I don't know. It's been franchises for years. I'd love to see that though. That'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I would say the last Prince of Persia was kind of linear in the sense where you had a world but they kind of took that away. So I would say Prince of Persia series is probably the most you're going to get from a Ubisoft style game. That's probably the most recent too, because after that Assassin's Creed kind of took over and started doing the tower shit.
Yeah.
But I gave it a 7.5 because I hate those. I hate that idea in like killer games where they draw attention to the fact that, oh, there's blood on your hands, you know, and you're a bad guy because so they're trying to like test your morals a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's so silly, and they do this a lot in action movies where they kill everybody up to the bad guy.
Yeah. And that's where they're like, I can't
do that. Yeah, you're gonna go to the cops. But bruh, you just killed all of his henchmen who were just following orders.
Yeah.
And this guy who was the ringleader of all of it, it just bugs me. So that kind of happens here. And I don't think they really delivered on the fact that Aiden Pierce's nephew was super passive and against all that stuff. But he kind of sees the light that hitting and killing people is okay sometimes. I don't know. It's a weird message. It's such a it's so distracting. But it was okay. It's okay. There's a lot of content. It took about 7 hours to get through it. So
wow, that's not bad.
Yeah, wasn't bad.
Nice.
For Sniper Elite VR.
Mm-hmm.
When did VR get good?
You mean it's not an experience,
dude?
It's a game.
This game is not made by a first-party developer, and they make it out to be like it's a first-party game. Like it was, like this is that Alex game from Valve, whatever, you know, dude, that level,
Wow.
not the level of like environmental quality, but the
Yeah.
level of just gun immersion and just gun handling, I should say, because it's World War One, I believe. It's one of the wars.
Yeah. It's one of the big ones.
I think it's World War One because it's 1943. Is that two?
I think that's two.
Okay, you're right.
That's definitely two. Yeah.
You're right. We're not historians here. We're just a bunch of nerds.
We're dang gamers.
I know that Nazis were involved.
I know they were bad. I know they were there.
I know they were there, and I know they were bad. So it's just fun. Like I'm like holding my VR shit up,
Yeah.
and I'm like, because these snipers, you had to manually reload them, so you have to like grab the thing and like twist it and
Oh, that's
pull the
cool.
bullet back. Oh,
That's fun.
But after a couple hours, I got really fucking good at it. So I'm just like, pop.
You're like, I can do this in real
Pop.
life.
And then you get a shotgun and you're like walking through this warehouse and you cock the shotgun back and you're just like,
Wow.
and I was like, fuck, this is so much fun. I hate
That's
VR too
awesome.
because I really like to be aware of the things around me, so I can only play it when nobody's here. I just don't want people looking at me looking like a fool, because I can't imagine that holding these stupid little white controllers.
Oh, yeah.
It just makes it look ridiculous. I'm not a fucking spectacle, all right?
I always take pictures of my friends when they try my VR just to show them after.
Yeah, just to remind them, hey, you look stupid.
Hey,
in
when you
VR.
were flinging that lightsaber around, you looked like a doofus.
Send it to their mom. Look at this. Look at what you made.
Look at that. That is your creation. Yeah.
So I try to play when I'm only when I'm alone, but I don't know. This is one of those games where I want to show people. I want to like, this is VR, because the Quest 2, I bought it, and I think we had this show when I bought the Quest, I believe.
I think we did.
I think this was our first or second episode
Yeah.
where I bought the Quest. So I've played it probably like 7 times since then.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten sick. I usually throw up. I didn't throw up.
Nice.
Not
Perfectly
once.
coordinated.
I played it for 2 hours too at a
Wow.
time. And there's 18 missions. So, but at a time I would play 2 hours. I'd set my alarm, and then I would get out of the virtual reality, because we all know that if you're in virtual reality too long, you'll get stuck there.
You get sucked in. How many shows? How many movies? How many games? You get sucked in. They don't tell you get sucked in, but you get sucked in. So unless you're playing a fun, haha, oh, this is a nice getaway vacation game, no thanks.
Yeah. So, been playing normie games. I think I have a visual novel coming up next week.
Nice.
But it's been one of those weeks. It's been a busy week. But
Busy week.
let's just go from there. Let's just go into the topic of the show,
The big news.
which is the Nintendo Switch old model.
Oh, old.
I mean, OLED model.
OLED.
We all have Vitas.
Yeah. That
We all-
was my first thought. I was like, oh, you mean a Vita?
We all know what an OLED screen is and
Yeah.
does. What Spencer,
Yeah.
is an OLED screen in 720p in 2021.
That's wild. There's like nothing different about it.
The hardware is the same, dude. The battery is nearly the same.
Has new dock.
But I'm thinking that they're gonna sell that dock separately and
I
just
think
get
I read
rid
that they are.
of this dock.
Yeah.
It's white. I think it's like this idea that, oh, this isn't your kid's Switch. This is, because I mean,
Yeah.
what little fucking 6-year-old playing fucking Minecraft on their Switch is
Yeah.
gonna care about the contrast of an OLED screen? You
I
know,
want to see more beautiful colors on Steve. This isn't good enough, Father.
so it's like your premium Switch, but it's not even a premium in the sense that we wanted. I would say, fuck the OLED screen. Give me better hardware, fool.
Yeah, and I think that's what everyone expected because of rumors and stuff. So I think
And-
it's being hit doubly hard by
And
that announcement.
let's talk about the spit in the face that was the 64 gigabytes of hard drive. Like it was like this big reveal, and 64 gigabytes.
64 gigs. It's like
That's more. That's
oh,
that's a double. That's double what we have. You're telling me that we can get a micro SD, this little baby dick thing, for 256 gigabytes, and you can't put that into internal memory?
yeah, that's goofy.
You're telling me that what would it do? Why?
You're telling me my PS3 was infinitely bigger than the Switch?
Why are you making me? Why are you doing that? I'm like emotional about it because
I told myself I wouldn't cry about it.
because it's fucked up because I'm probably gonna buy one.
Of course. Of course.
But the fact that they do this to me, dude, they made me buy a new 3DS for no reason.
It is nice though, the new 3DS.
It is. You know, the eye tracking is pretty good.
It has neat little features. At least
Yeah.
it has features.
And it's better hardware. It loads a little faster. Fuck, dude. I just it's $350, so it's not gonna break your bank. It's only that's only $50 more than the base console. So let's just give me your general reaction on your when you heard about the Switch, when you looked into it. Let me know your thoughts and feelings.
My thought was, okay, that's it. I play mostly in docked mode.
Yeah,
so
same.
my first thought was just like, this is of no use to me because I barely play outside of docked mode. So I did some searching to find out whether there was anything new about the hardware. Doesn't seem like there is. So I was just kind of like, this is a really big announcement for something that doesn't seem like it should be getting this big an announcement. Something that's like a small upgrade that's great for people who don't have Switches, because it's like, oh, your first Switch can be the OLED one. But for people who do have it and aren't necessarily looking for like a small upgrade, it's just kind of like, oh, all right, well, I'll continue, I guess. It's underwhelming, I'd say.
When I first saw the announcement, I was under the impression that they were just gonna come at us with 4K resolution.
I thought so too.
In docked mode. I think what we're seeing here is Nintendo taking advantage of the fans that they've already that they have.
Because there are people defending it like crazy on Twitter.
Yeah.
They're like, if Sony did this, you would be cheering. I'm like, what?
Yeah. They did it with the Vita and no one cheered.
Yeah. Like this is like, it's very important to be able to criticize the companies you like. Let's just put that out there.
Mm-hmm. And
you gotta.
And I like Nintendo.
Yeah, I love Nintendo.
I just think that they should have taken this opportunity to say we're capable of hosting great games on our platforms. Not necessarily we are going to be upping our quality or kind of graphically intensive games, but we're going to allow other publishers and developers to create what they want on our console.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, they're limiting that scope. They're making everyone jump through hoops for them to get their games on their console. And sooner or later, it's going to be too much.
Yep.
This OLED model is not going to do anything for game sales.
No, not at all.
Because what's going to happen is everyone's going to trade in their old Switches for one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm planning on doing.
To play Odyssey with an OLED screen.
Yeah,
one's thinking that.
I can't remember the last time I played in handheld mode.
Yeah,
I
pretty
can't.
much like it's like the I'm not feeling well, so I'm just gonna lay in bed and play that mode.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I used the dock on my Switch. Like I pulled it out. I can't remember the last. And now they're like, oh, it could do 360 or whatever, 180 flip. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah,
That's like the big feature too. You know, that's like their big thing. Come on, Nintendo, get your shit together.
Nintendo throws a bone. Let us love you. Let us not criticize you as much. But you keep doing crazy stuff like this, and people keep saying it's fine, and that's why it keeps happening.
It doesn't look like they updated the Joy-Con either.
Oh no, they're still vehemently denying that they need to do that.
It's so the buttons are still hella small.
Yep.
I mean, why not? Why not?
There's
Why
so many
not?
little quality of life things you could fix here.
Why not take this opportunity to do something amazing? To fucking give us fuck the portability. Just fuck it. You already have the Switch Lite.
Yeah,
That's
the light.
That's your portable console. Fuck the portability already. Jesus Christ. I'm sick. I'm
You
sick of
catered to that audience.
Done, yeah.
They're satisfied.
yeah, they have their portable consoles. They're here. Now give us just a home console that plays Switch games and maybe plays Switch Pro games or
Yeah.
come on. Come on. I don't know. It's worrisome. It sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. And I think that the potential of what it could have been is what makes it suck more. Like everyone was expecting the Pro. So the announcement of the OLED one was just kind of like,
Yeah. And we did it. We went through this with the PS4 Pro
yeah.
where you had some people saying, "Oh, I'll get it." But realistically, I never needed a PS4 Pro.
I never got one.
I never got one. I never felt like I needed one. I never felt like my PS4 was lacking in any way. And it might come to the point where the Switch OLED model comes out and I don't feel like I need it. So I may not get it.
Mhm.
I mean, I use my Switch to review games. That's about it. I have a Switch Lite. But yeah,
Yeah.
right now, I said I would get it before, but thinking about it a little more, I probably won't get it because I
Yeah,
don't
'cause
play.
why?
I don't play. I don't need. I already have 4 controllers too. Why the fuck do I need another 2 more controllers?
Yeah. And like,
And I've
you got the
never used.
controllers,
I've never
you're not
used.
gonna play third-party stuff on your Switch.
Yes.
So
It's such a weird announcement. And white is the color.
yeah, they're like, it's white, and look, it has the cool adult Metroid game on it. And I was like, really?
Get the fuck out of here.
Can't trick me. I can play Metroid on my Switch.
Would you get one? Yes or no?
No,
No, I don't think. I don't think I will.
I got my Vita. That's the only OLED I need.
I've been playing a lot of PSP lately, so I've been
Nice.
playing- it's not even about screen to me. It's about this is a handheld and this is a console. I want handheld experiences on a handheld. I want console experiences on a console. I do
Yeah.
not need both. I'm
I
sick.
like games that are designed to be handheld games. Like
Yeah.
you can play Metroid Fusion for small bursts of time and then save easily, or a PSP game like you could play this guy on PSP, do one quick mission and then leave, or one quick chapter and then leave. Like I like games that are designed with your time in mind, and handheld games cater to that really well.
Mhm.
So I do miss the handheld centered games.
I really liked like playing Final Fantasy VII on a Vita. I really liked that experience too. So I think some older classic games translate well over to, but that's because again, time is an issue when you get older.
Yeah.
So you play them in small bursts. But thinking about it, I would just like to play Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I would just like to play it without it fucking chugging in every
Yeah.
battle. I would just like to play it without the frame rate looking like shit when I'm running around the fucking field. That's all I want. Is that asking too much?
Gaia 6 to lag.
Is that asking too much, Spencer?
Is that too much, Nintendo?
God,
I don't think so.
I just want to play your games without complaining about frame rate because it's such a trivial complaint. It's so stupid, right?
It's so small, but it's so big.
Yeah, this shitty performance is going to knock your game down in our critique by a few points depending on how bad it is. And you're going to allow us to critique that? Imagine if you removed that. What if you removed that from Disgaea 6? So there is no argument over performance. It just ran beautifully.
See, that's such a beautiful world you just painted.
And
it can exist. It can. They just got to let it.
The hardware is there.
It's there.
The fact that they're calling it parentheses OLED model too, this shit's not going to sell. It's a fucking Wii U. It's a fucking Wii U.
It's some Wii U shit.
What fucking mom?
It's some Super Smash Brothers for the 3DS/Wii U shit.
No fucking 40-year-old mom is gonna go in a fucking Target and say, "Can I have the Switch OLED model?"
Only the best for my son.
My
I need the OLED model.
My 7-year-old son needs to play Cooking Mama on an OLED screen.
He won't settle for anything less. Yeah, no one's gonna say that. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that you're gonna get a bunch of fucking smelly nerds going in there with their
I need my 7th Nintendo Switch, and then
I need all the colors.
Just have people who are like, "Oh, is that the only one you got left? It's $50 extra. Okay, that's fine."
yeah, that's true. Well, anything else? That brings us to the end of the show.
I think that's it for me. I think we got all of our venting out.
I think so too. Let us know in the comments below if you are going to buy a Nintendo Switch OLED model.
Yeah. And if you're offended by everything we just said and made fun of,
let us know.
Let us know.
We can discuss it.
We'll give a heartfelt apology.
Yeah, you're going to get the best of the best.
Yeah.
Well, have a good week.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Pixel.